The thing that I thought was absolutely extraordinary was the Joker.
What do you get?
I don't think so.
When you cross a mentally ill loner
He was remarkable.
with a society that abandons him and treats him like trash.
Once I saw the joke, I thought, this is Napoleon.
I'll tell you what you get.
Call the police.
Get what you f***ing deserve.
It's a very realistic film. It looks more realistic than Kingdom of Heaven or Robin Hood, if we're talking about your...
Thank you very much. You, go for yourself. Go on. So, go on. I like everything I've done.
You love everything.
Everything. And so I think you're all wrong.
Why Napoleon and why now?
There's 400 books being written about Napoleon Bonaparte. 400. So clearly he's one of the more interesting historical figures you could possibly imagine.
What is your name?
Napoleon.
As the course of my life just changed. Napoleon.
The English were blockading ports. The biggest port to blockade was Toulon. He went to Toulon to find that the general in charge was a court painter. He went to the base and saw complete neglect, lack of leadership, and just took over.
Move along now.
Those in power only see me as a brute, unfit for higher office.
Just like witches at black masses.
Have you seen The Duelist? It's the whole reason for me doing it. And I reran the film recently, about actually 3 years ago, thoughting, I wonder, can we go there? Because we seem to be inundated with superhero films. So I thought, let's do it. But I can't make it a history lesson. And therefore I must look at the central character of who this man was. And why this, it's a strong word, but obsession with Josephine. What was most telling were the letters of Bonaparte to Josephine, because I wanted the centerpiece of the story not to be just about battles, but about why this Achilles heel toward this woman.
He was really advanced with some things, right? He excelled at mathematics, but he was very socially awkward. He didn't know how to talk to women. One of the things that he says when he first met Josephine, she didn't mock him, which I think a lot of women had. And she asked him questions about his military campaigns and seemed to be genuinely impressed with what he'd achieved. And he was so shocked that a woman had interest in him that he just like instantly fell in love.
Josephine's story is mind-blowing, really. You first meet her after she has been released from prison. She was a kind of outsider, just like Napoleon was. She met Napoleon. What is this costume you have on?
This is my uniform.
And saw something in him incredibly ambitious, probably quite frightening. You think you're great? You are just a brute. I had so much compassion for her because it was a brutal time. And he was brutal to be with.
I am the most important thing in the world.
Josephine had to be this incredible force of nature. I found her the most remarkable, interesting person. She was iconic, and I felt really honored to try and inhabit her. You are nothing without me.
I didn't want to do battles and violence because, of course, we have to. It can't be a history lesson. It's got to be a personal story. And what more than a guy who's in Egypt, taken Egypt, and he leaves his army there to go back to Paris because he thinks she's finagling.
Napoleon's obsession with her. I think we all felt that it must have been because there was something that he couldn't quite get hold of, because we always felt, why was it her over other women? Why her, not whoever he could have had? And one of the answers we felt was perhaps it was because of something he couldn't own or hold. Joaquin was just so incredible.
I'm not built like other men.
I cast Joaquin because of his passion.
I will keep you guessing and scared.
Scenes with him just felt really authentic. He was unbelievable at capturing the idiosyncratic psychological portrait of this unpredictable personality.
When you're doing a film with Joaquin, he comes alive. He's evolving into Napoleon Bonaparte.
Cut off their retreat.
It was really amazing to watch him touch the really dark places. I could really see him tapping into that kind of psyche.
My destiny
is more powerful than their will.
He's one of the best. I could only think of Joaquin. He was always the man. I passed him by and said, "What do you think?" And he couldn't believe that I wanted to play Napoleon Bonaparte. That was the initial reaction. And then little by little, we crept into it. Then I had a script which I could send to him. The thing that I thought was absolutely extraordinary was the Joker. He was remarkable. Once I saw the Joker, I thought, this is Napoleon.
That's so funny.
When you bring me out, can you introduce me as Joker?
Joaquin, I just admire tremendously. Yeah. I think he can do anything. And on top of that, he looks like Napoleon.
I just don't think there's anything Joaquin can't play. I mean, look at the master. He's so... I mean, he's just had astonishing performance after astonishing performance. Come on. He plays the cutest. You know, how could he go from that to Napoleon? And Beau was afraid recently, you know, like, look at the canon of his work even in the last couple of years. Very excited for Joker 2.
When you're doing a war film, the scale of everything is so massive. I wanted to do it all in one go. I'd have 300 men, 100 horses, and 11 cameras in the field. It's amazing because you've actually reconstructed the real thing. I think you feel when it's fake, when it's there, you know it's somehow artificial. All of this is real shooting. We shot this in Malta, which I've been there. Malta, in a funny kind of way, is an architectural gem. We cut a large area about the size of 2 swimming pools. The cannonballs hitting the water, I love. That's digital.
Yeah.
Napoleon was an incredible strategist.
Your Majesty, we are discovered.
Good.
He put an encampment about 5-10 kilometers from the Russians, right on the edge of the lake, which is frozen. So the Russians attacked.
Wait, let them think they have the higher ground.
And he hit thousands of infantry coming in from the left flank.
Send in the infantry, take their position on the higher ground, at the double.
From the right flank is the cavalry.
Cavalry from the west, pierce their flanks.
Who push them onto the lake.
Nice, it's a trap. Retreat.
And then he shells the lake.
Retreat.
I'm not built like other men.
He's like a real wolf.